Hello everybody and welcome back to my Conjuration skill tree exploration with Ordinator. Okay, so good news. The Gamepad++ people did just release a hotfix 0.3, which seems to fix all the problems that I was having. So I am excited to get that going. Why don't we just go ahead and get that set up right now? Alright, so there's an MCM menu for this. It is called Gamepad++, and it is looks like it's not registered yet, which is great. So we're going to give that a few minutes here. The remappings do seem to be working, so there's something there. It's just taking a bit. There it is. Okay. Alright, I've been through all this before, so we should be good. So on a gamepad, usually the up and down keys on the D-pad are reserved for bringing up the favorites menu. This mod actually remaps everything around to free up all 4 D-pad directions as hotkeys. And then I think you hold on to the B button and click in the left stick to get the favorites menu if you want it. The other thing that this mod does is it allows you to do multiple key presses. Let's see here. Enable 4th key. Enable extended controls. Enables additional double, triple, and long press actions to each action key and combo. That's what we want. So we're going to exit the menu and then we're come back here. We're going to check out our action keys. Now we can set up any keyboard hotkey that we want and hook it up to any one of these single, double, triple, or hold presses for each one of these D-pad directional buttons. So before we do that, let's go ahead and set up some hotkeys. The other thing this mod does is when you're using a controller, it allows you... Oh, I gotta disable that. I think that's a known issue. Let's go ahead and do that first. So in the MCM for SkyUI, I believe it is. I think it's in the advanced section. SWF version checking. The map menu is fine for now, but we can disable favorites menu, and that will get rid of that error message that pops up. I think that they were just using a different version of SkyUI for this. It doesn't really cause any problems. It's just a version mismatch. Okay, so as I was saying, the other part of this mod is that when you're using a controller, it opens up the keyboard hotkeys 1 through 8 for all this stuff. So we actually do have 8 vanilla hotkeys that we can use. And I think we have to think about what we want to do with this. Usually what I like to do is set the left directional pad and multiple presses and holds to stuff that we're going to have in the left hand, the right directional pad button to the stuff that we're going to have in the right hand, different vision related actions in the up button, and like lighting and other, I don't know, like the meditation power and stuff, I'll put in the bottom button. Now we only get 8, because we're still bound by vanilla hotkeys, at least for stuff that doesn't have MCM options to map any key on the keyboard to certain things. There are other mods for that I might look into, but for now I think 1 through 8 gives us a lot more than we had before, and I'll be pretty happy with that for a while. Okay, so let's concentrate on the left hand first. So we're going to take on the college quest next, and at least right off the bat there is a lot of undead stuff there. So let's the hide buckler I don't think we're gonna need anymore because we usually don't have an empty left hand anymore. Let's go ahead and make flames our priority. So we're gonna assign that to hotkey 1. Healing we'll put on hotkey 2. What else would we have in our left hand here? Let's go with sparks for hotkey 3. And I think 3 is all we're really going to need for the left hand there. So now let's go into our MCM menu for Gamepad++. Set our action keys. Single press for this guy is going to be, this was flames, right? So we're going to go ahead and map that to button 1. Oh boy. And unfortunately I have to disable the controller in order to get these hotkeys in on the MCM menu. I think that's a limitation of Sky UI. And then we can enter in a description for this. So this was flames. And then for the double press, I think we had that for hotkey 2. And the description for that was healing. And then we're gonna move past the triple press just because there are specific timings involved in each one of these, and if you have to do any more than 2 quick taps, that specific timing can be off and you'll get something that you don't want. So I like to skip over triple press and go right to hold, which will do hotfix 3, or hotfix 3, hotkey 3, and the description for that would be sparks. Okay. So there's that. And now we will go back to, I don't know the keyboard at all. I use a controller all the time, so I don't even know how to pull up the favorites menu on a keyboard. Okay, so I got the controller back now. Alright, so now let's look at the right hand. So the right hand, obviously, we're going to have Bound Sword in there. We're going to go ahead and set that to 4. Conjure Flame Atronach is going to be our next most useful one at 5. Now, is there anything else in here that we're going to put in our right hand? I think that's pretty much it, right? Now, this doesn't change what hand these spells get assigned to by default. It's still gonna put it in the left hand, but if you double activate these hotkeys, it will dual wield that spell. So all we have to do is double activate these hotkeys that we want in our right hand, and then single activate the hotkeys that we want for our left hand. So we'll just have to remember that. It's a little bit more complicated than I would prefer, but I'm not too worried about it because it's a lot less complicated than having to go into the favorites menu every time you want to change something out. Okay, so we have Bound Sword, which is going to be our single right hand activation button press, and Conjure Flame Atronach, which is going to be our... We'll go ahead and just skip right to the hold on that one. That's going to be holding the right directional pad button. Okay, let's get those set up in the MCM here. Okay, now I gotta disable this controller again here. Okay, single press was going to be hotkey 4. And that was bound sword. Hold was hotkey 5. And that was Conjure Flame Atronach. Now, once we get access to the college and the better spells inside there, and we get a Frost Atronach spell that we can use, I'll probably go through here and set that to probably the double press for the right directional pad button. Cool. Now, let's re-enable this controller and get the hell back out of here. Okay. Now, what else is useful in here to have on a controller? The lamp toggle is really good. What I'm actually really excited about with this mod is that now I can use a closer look and bind it to like the up button on the directional pad, which is awesome. This was like completely useless for me before because of the way that the hotkey was for this. So zoom hotkey, we are going to set that to, I don't know, what should we use? The plus button? Is that assigned to anything? No, it's not. Great. So now we can go back to Gamepad++, action keys. Oh shoot, I did, okay, I'm gonna have to clear these out. That's a bummer. I did the up button for the stuff I wanted in the right hand instead of the right buttons over here. That's okay, we'll figure this out. So I'm gonna remap this to plus. And then we're going to reset the description to... We'll just do a closer look. There we go. I'm not sure that there is a way to remove hotkeys. You have to just... Well, I don't know if I reassign this to another button if it'll remove it. Hopefully it does. Let's try it. So let's do single press on this, and that was 4, which was our bound sword, correct? And then the hold on this one was 5, and that was Conjure Flame Atronach. Okay. And yeah, it left the 5 button active over here, so now holding onto the up button will actually do the same thing as holding on to the right button, which is a bummer. I wish... Oh, don't want to do that. I wish there were a way to unmap this. There just really isn't. Oh, the T button right there says unmap. Excellent. Good. Okay. Oh, I was thinking there's gotta be a way. Okay. So now we have our right hand, our left hand, and we have a closer look set up. Instincts is also helpful. I'll probably set that to, I don't know, the hold up button? Why not? And then for down button, I want to do pray and what's the other one? Oh yeah, toggle lantern. So we have 3 more, which will be perfect because we have 3 more vanilla hotkeys to use up. Awesome. Okay, so instincts. We have to assign that to 6. And then we have to assign pray to 7, and we have to assign toggle lantern to 8. Okay, excellent. Get my controller back here. Back into our favorites menu. And where are we going here? Instincts, we already have that up. Awesome. So we were going to put that 4, 5. We're going to put that at 6. And then pray we were going to put at 7. And then lantern toggle we're going to put at 8. Very good. Let's go back into the MCM. Action keys. Okay, holding on to the up button. Disable controller. What do we have on that one? 6? Yeah. That was instincts. Now I could map this directly to whatever hotkey that Campfire had set up for it in the MCM, and that would free up a vanilla hotkey for me to use. But in my experience, the Campfire hotkeys and the Campfire MCM in general doesn't work really well. That hotkey seems to unbind itself after a while. I don't know why. Maybe I just didn't handle the overwrite mod in MO2 good enough, but I don't know. This is fine for us for now. Let's work with it. Okay, now on to single press down button, and we're gonna put that as 7, and that was our pray key, correct? And then finally hold the down key. And that was 8. Yep. And that is toggle lantern. Okay, let's mess around with some of this stuff now, shall we? Let's get our controller back on the line. Okay, now, single press left button key was flames, right? Ooh, there's flames, and then I push it again, and I got flames in both hands. Double press was, I don't remember. It was healing. There we go. Nice, and then hold was sparks, I believe, right? Nice. Okay, now for the right hand. Single press was bound sword, I believe, right? Nice. And we didn't have a double press, but we did have a hold, which was conjure flame Atronach. Awesome. And we also have a closer look. Yeah, there we go. And what else do we have set for this? Hold up, I think, was instincts. There we go. Got a little extra saturated on instincts there, didn't we? Is my E and B working? Oh, it wasn't. Here we go. That's a little better, right? What else? What else? Down key. Was pray, I think. Let's try it. Cannot pray with weapons or spells drawn. There we go. And hold down was our lantern toggle. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so let's get our Atronachs up and going in case we run into anything. And I think we're ready to keep going. Okay, so outside of the Gamepad++ stuff, which is awesome. Sorry, now I have, I had to set up my ready for action stuff, so I got Bound Sword in the right and Flames in the left. Okay, so aside from the Gamepad++ mod that we just set up, I'm also fiddling with the volume adjustments on my microphone. I did a lot of testing on it to find the exact gain, boost, and volume settings in Shadowplay, which is what I used to record this footage. And it sounded great until I recorded an episode of this series, and my voice was way too loud. I ended up having to cut full game volume down by 40%, which is going to make the game itself quieter, just to make my voice easier to handle for your eardrums. So please bear with me while I find the correct settings for all that. It's going to be a work in progress for a little bit, I'm afraid, just because I can't seem to predict how these volume settings are going to affect the end product in the recording. Is my Dynalod working correctly? It seems like those are, like, the water and stuff is usually a little better, a little more detailed. I'm not sure. I had to redo my bash patch and everything, and when I reloaded this save, there were a lot of missing ESPs, and the horizon looks a little different now that I've reloaded. So hopefully we don't run into too many issues here. The reflections on the ocean out there look a little funky too as I'm walking around. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully it doesn't break anything too much, but the bash patch seemed to have bashed more things into it, so when I reloaded the save, it was missing a bunch of plugins, which should still be loading via the bashed patch, but I don't know. So yeah, we now have our Azura's Star, which is ready to trap any Grand Soul or lesser when we whack it with our bound weapon, which is awesome. We did not take the Black Star because that would have been a desecration to this artifact, and this character type would probably very much revere this Daedric Lord. Speaking of this Daedric Lord, Azura, I think it's funny that at the very beginning of this playthrough, we said that Connor was going to be like an evil bastard, like a demon worshipper. But so far he's only encountered Meridia and Azura, the two quote-unquote good Daedra. So that's fun, right? Anyway, off to the College of Winterhold. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Feralda up here and see if we can get in.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Oh, really? What is this place? Or why are you out here?
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here?
Well, I want to enter the college.
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
I want to unravel the mysteries of Aetherius.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble... It would seem that the college has... Not just anyone is allowed inside. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know any... Excellent. The fear spell has saved the life of many an illusion mage. If you could cast it on the seal... No? Well, if you think... Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it.
Okay, so I apologize again for blowing through the dialogue here, but that's not what this series is about. It's just about gaining perks and finding synergy for the most part. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into our spell inventory here. Find Fear, which is going to be an illusion spell. Cast it on the sea.
Well done.
Boom, shakalaka.
I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Oh, she is flinging that light all over the place, isn't she? Now, at some point, she started getting really loose with the aim of these light spells. I remember... Ooh, look at that sun. It's really coming up, isn't it? Oh, that looks a little better there, doesn't it? Maybe I just had to reload an area to get the Untitled back up and running. Yeah, that's pretty sexy. Okay. Yeah, at some point, I remember in the vanilla game, she would hit these light fountains with her mage light spell, and that's when they would light up. I don't know if it's the unofficial patch or a patch directly from Bethesda, but now these light fountains are already pre-lit up, and she just flings those mage spells everywhere. Or those mage light spells everywhere. It's a little annoying. But it is what it is. Alright, let's find Mirabelle here and get started on all this nonsense.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Excuse me.
Welcome to the college. Another new student? Well, I'll give you a brief tour and then we'll get you to your first class.
Sure, I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me and don't wander off.
Okay, I'm not going to make you guys watch all of this. It's just the
Skyrim for thousands of years.
same entry-level
Feature here is the whole element.
tour that every
Our
new
primary
student gets.
lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings.
Okay, so here we are in our personal quarters at the college. I've been through the full lecture, the tour, and all that, and now the class, along with Tolfdir, are on their way to Sarthal. But first, I think we are going to sleep until dusk, and then we can pray to Azura and head over there where they should all be waiting for us. Okay, here we are now at Sarthal. I'll probably go ahead and just cut the video here and cut back when the action gets started and we can start leveling up. There just isn't a whole lot of here that is of interest if we're concentrating on leveling up and getting perks and such. Okay, so I just realized that another big hotkey that I like to use is the one that toggles on the compass for iHUD. So let's get that set up. I have that set to the X key on the keyboard right now, but I can use that, or I can use this mod to make it so that I don't have to take my hand off the controller to use it. Now, what do we have that we can use here? I like the up or down key on this one. We have a single press and hold, both used for up and down. I kind of like the up key because the compass shows up on the top under this HUD configuration that I have. So let's make that double press. Double press up We'll map to X. And that is the, we'll just say toggle compass. Okay. Re-enable our controller here. Double tap the up key and there's our HUD. How about that? Okay, now we can use that to find these damn enchanted keys, or these enchanted rings, because they are a pain in the ass to find without any kind of heads-up display. Here we go. And now we can double tap the up key and there goes the HUD. Excellent. Alright, so I suppose we may as well just keep recording here. Action is coming up really soon here.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine, but I'm trapped. Help!
How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some...
What amulet do we have right now? It's when we enchanted ourselves. Oh yeah. We're definitely not going to be wearing this one for a while. Where is that amulet? Ring, ring. Where are the necklaces at? Are they all the way up here? Oh yeah, okay. Sarthal amulet. There we go. Now let's get our other necklace back on, because we're going to need it. Not going to follow Tolfdir. We are going to need some Atronachs though here, aren't we? Okay, ready to rock. Okay, finally. Alright. Tolfdir's just taking his sweet time to get to the trigger place, I guess.
Well, know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, Mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid. Can you tell me more about what the Psijic and danger? The Psijic, perhaps? Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Here we go. Oh, I'm always careful. Oh, I'm just grabbing stuff you wouldn't grab. What did this guy have, though? Nothing. Alright, let's continue.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
Oh, I'm prepared.
This is simply fascinating.
Anyone else? Oh, I'm loving these hotkeys, I gotta tell you. Tolfdir is taking his sweet-ass time. He's confused.
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these columns. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever the division of your place. It's truly dangerous. Careful. Go on ahead. I'll be sure and catch up with you before long.
Gladly. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Did I just get killed? What the hell happened there? I have no idea. Okay, let's make a quick save here. There we go. I don't know what happened. I got shouted at, and then I died, like, instantly. Oh, do you see it? I see it. Also, my lantern is not working. Seems to be a reload bug. There we go. That probably could have saved our life there, I think. Who's next? Did I get killed again? Oh my gosh. One arrow shot killed me. Okay, Connor's very squishy. We have to realize this. One arrow shot though, really? That was rough. Okay, quick save. I think there's something up above there. Probably like a Death Lord with like ebony arrows or something. Sniping us from above. There he is. Yep, oh yeah, that hurt. Get him, ladies. I'm gonna stand here and heal. Alright, let's take care of one of them. Okay. Are we done? Excellent. Well, we got there eventually. Got a little dramatic there, though, didn't it? Let's see. Yep, a Death Lord with ebony arrows and an ebony bow. We're going to have to watch out for that. We do not want to draw aggro. We want to make sure we're always having our Atronachs along with us. It does look like we are an Atronach short, though. There we go. Oh, that's so much nicer than going into the favorites menu. I gotta tell you. So glad a mod that like this came out. I used to use some of the basic remaps Those tend to be pretty popular on Nexus, but I found in my experience that so many of my inputs were being just eaten alive for whatever reason. And I don't have that issue with this mod. I don't know if it's because they use SKSE to bind these buttons or something, or it has something to do with the remap that it doesn't use common buttons. There's very little overlap between what things do, if any overlap whatsoever. But it works flawlessly from what I've been able to tell so far. I have noticed that every once in a while this might be a user input error, but every once in a while it tends to get confused on very fast multiple button presses. But I believe that that will fix itself once I get more used to the timing on this stuff. Alright ladies, get in there. Help me out here. Alright, good work. I hope the Atronachs don't get affected by poison. They don't, do they? Now I'm quick saving like constantly because I don't have to take my hands off the controller, which is nice, but also that I keep dying. Alright. Eagle. Whale. That was already set to whale. Snake. Excuse me. And eagle again. Whale. And eagle. Does that work? Yes, it do. Get them, ladies. There we go. Who else is up there? I know there's more. Oh, maybe the Atronachs took care of them. Excellent. Okay, was that a Scourge or a Death Lord? Ooh, a Crow Sword. That's nice and valuable. That was a Death Lord. Now, I thought that there was another one around here somewhere. I thought I got shouted at twice, didn't I? Which indicates another Death Lord or just a Scourge up there. I don't see him, do you? Not overly worried about it. Some valuable loot, but nothing too important. Oh yeah, we have instincts. What was it? Was it hold up? Yeah, it was. Okay, there's a dead guy right there. Is that the only one? Yeah, that's all I see. Maybe it was only the only one. Or that was the only one. Okay. Got some business in there. Take care of that right away. Maybe a quick save before we get into the thick of it here. Oh yeah. Really? Come on. There we go. Still getting used to the control freaks on this new controller. Aim's a little off, although it hasn't been too bad. Alright. Now this old game here. Okay, that one turns every 1, so let's get that one out of the way first, and then this one turns 3. Oh, that was already set correctly. Let's get that to Snake. This one turns the last 2, so we'll do that one next. And then we got whale there. So we have snake, whale, eagle, whale. There it is. Easy, so easy. Oh, we lost our bound sword. We'll go ahead and conjure another one. Yeah, where were you when we took about 3 ebony arrows to our ribs? Teleport spell tome, huh? That's interesting. Teleport. I wonder what... Is that an apocalypse spell? We shall find out soon enough, I suppose. Okay, and is this, Sarek? No, Jirik, maybe?
I never imagined
One of the Galders.
Why is this buried so far within Sarthor?
Some new Atronachs would be nice, I suppose. Get ourselves set up here. Alright, let's do this. Oh, quick save first. Here we go. Now let's fight this guy. Ooh, and we get a level up. So after all this, we do actually get to take a perk. Keep him busy. He's keeping me busy. No! Oh, that's so satisfying. I'm gonna be actually kind of sad when we get the Frost Atronach because I love that effect. Well, there's nothing saying that we can't, you know, have a Frost Atronach and a couple of Flame Atronachs or whatever other combination of the two. What do you want?
Be prepared to defend yourself.
What is this thing?
I have no idea. I don't dare.
You don't say.
Can you return to the college and inform Sabo-san of this discovery?
Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up here. And we'll go do the whole Sabos thing in a second. But first, let's go ahead and quick save and see what we got going on with this level up here. Again, we're taking Magicka. Now, it looks like next level, we're going to be up above Magicka level 500. So we can see if we can conjure an additional Atronach after that. If not, then we're going to need to wait a little bit longer because that means that our whatever Magicka buffs that we have in place, namely through the Alteration Alter Attribute perk that we took earlier, means that that does not doesn't count toward our Magicka pool in calculating how many minions we can conjure. Okay, so I think we said last episode that we are still saving 2 perks for Home Mythal and Dimension Door, but we have to be back at Ryek's End to take advantage of that. So that is all we're waiting for to round out Alteration, I think. Oh, and Nullifying Field, and maybe Arcane Thesis as well. Oh, yeah, we could take this. Excellent. Okay, so whenever we attack with a weapon, we reduce the magic resistance of nearby enemies within 10 feet. Excellent. So that just is going to make our destruction spells more powerful whenever we attack with our bound sword. Excellent. Alright. So once we can get back to Ryek's End, we can spend those 2 perks on Home Mythal and Dimensional Door. Until then, I think we can focus on Destruction and just filling up Ionized Path and Merciless Cold. And I think that'll be all that we're going to do for Destruction until we can flesh out Illusion a little bit more, and Enchanting is definitely one I want to get onto. Okay, but that takes care of the level up. And I think that takes care of the level too. My alarm just went off a couple minutes ago, so I think the timing worked out well on this. This should probably be a shorter episode just because we had so much dialogue that I'm going to cut past. But yeah, next episode we are going to take this information back to Savos Aran at the Mages College. We're going to take on the next part of the Mages Guild quest, and probably I'm going to go ahead and try to head back to Ryek's End and set up Home Mythal and Dimension Door. But I think that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching again, and until next time, take care. Bye.